Okay, so today we're heading way down south, like way down south to Antarctica.
Right, yeah, like as south as you can get.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
To this land of, well, honestly, a land of speculation and mystery.
Mhm.
And, you guys have sent in some really fascinating sources
Yeah,
that kind of go way beyond like the typical, what we learned in school about Antarctica.
definitely, definitely.
So we're going to dive deep into all of that.
Let's do it.
And I think a good place for us to start would be this idea of the Antarctic ice wall.
Right, yeah, the ice wall. And I think for a lot of people, especially those that subscribe to the flat Earth theory,
Right.
this isn't just like a continent
Right.
at the bottom of a globe. It's this like massive
Yeah.
icy barrier that kind of encircles the entire flat disk of the Earth.
Wow. Yeah, and that's a really interesting visual to think about.
Yeah.
And this idea, it's not new.
Not at all.
Back in the 19th century, there's a guy named Samuel Rowbotham
Oh, yeah?
who wrote under this pseudonym Parallax.
I love that name.
It's Parallax. It's so cool.
And he wrote a book called Earth, Not a Globe.
Right.
And in it, he kind of lays out this idea of Antarctica as like this,
This edge
this impenetrable edge
that you can't get past.
that you can't go beyond.
Exactly.
And what's so fascinating is that this idea,
persists.
yeah,
Like to this day.
yeah, it hasn't gone away at all.
Like the Flat Earth Society still really pushes this model.
Mm,
And they often use this map called the azimuthal equidistant projection map.
right.
And they're like, see, there it is, this wall of ice.
Yeah,
Right there on the map.
And that really does make you wonder, like,
Yeah, what's beyond it?
what is beyond it? What's on the other side of this ice wall?
Right, like if it is an edge,
Right.
what's past that edge?
Exactly. And there are some pretty wild theories out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like some people speculate about undiscovered continents.
Like lost continents.
Yeah, lost continents, right?
Yeah.
With like climates that are totally different
Right. Yeah. From the frozen wasteland that we know,
that we think of.
that we think of, right?
Yeah.
Some even speculate that
Other worlds, even.
other worlds, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's like if you imagine,
Like that dinner plate idea,
yes, the dinner plate analogy.
where Antarctica is like the rim of the dinner plate,
Oh, right.
and then what's beyond the rim.
Right. And there's a book actually called Hidden Lands Beyond the Antarctica
Oh, wow.
that explores these
That's
ideas.
pretty cool.
And sometimes these ideas get tied in with,
The hollow earth theory.
yeah, the hollow earth.
Right, like there's this whole other world inside the Earth,
Right.
and you can get to it through these openings at the poles.
Yeah. And this guy, John Cleve Symes Jr., back in the 1800s,
Right.
really pushed this hollow earth theory.
Interesting.
And then there's also, have you heard about this?
The diary?
The diary. Yes. Admiral Byrd's alleged secret diary
Oh, yeah, yeah.
that people claim talks about him going into this hidden realm.
Right, like he flew into the hollow earth and met people.
Yeah. I
with
mean,
this stuff.
it's crazy stuff. And
Yeah.
I think, what's really interesting is that
Right.
just the sheer remoteness of Antarctica
Right.
and like how little we actually know about it.
Like how much is unexplored,
Exactly.
especially under all that ice.
It just makes it like this breeding ground for these.
Like what if scenarios.
Exactly. All these what ifs.
Yeah.
And another big one is
Nazi bases, right.
secret Nazi bases
Yeah.
hidden in Antarctica.
Yeah.
And we know that there was a German expedition there.
Yeah, in the late 1930s.
And some people believe that after World War II,
Some of the, like, top Nazis
right, the high-ranking officials,
sought refuge.
yeah, they fled to these hidden bases in Antarctica.
Right.
And then there's this U.S. Navy mission called Operation High Jump,
Led by Admiral Byrd.
led by Admiral Byrd, the same guy with the alleged diary.
Right, right.
And some people believe that this mission was actually a cover.
To go and investigate.
Yeah, to go and investigate these Nazi bases.
Or maybe even confront them.
Yeah, right? Like maybe even get into a battle.
Some people even think
Oy.
that they were looking for advanced Nazi technology.
Right.
Like maybe even flying saucers?
Like early UFOs, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
And, it makes you think about how,
These historical events
right, like how they get kind of
reinterpreted.
and woven into these narratives.
Especially when there's like some secrecy around them.
Exactly.
It makes it all the more intriguing.
Yeah, and speaking of intriguing, another really popular theory is
Aliens, right.
aliens, yeah.
Like Antarctica being home to
Yeah.
hidden alien bases.
Alien bases or crashed UFOs.
Right, like it's just so remote
Right.
and unexplored.
Right, it's perfect.
And there's all these like weird satellite images
right, yeah.
that people point to as evidence.
See, Antarctica mystery hole.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is that?
Right.
And then there's a picture of a massive door,
A massive door.
supposedly on Google Maps.
No way. Where?
Yeah, somewhere in Antarctica.
I got to see this.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Wow.
And then this ties back into the Nazi stuff.
Right?
Like maybe the Nazis were in contact with aliens.
Right, or had access to alien technology.
Yeah, and there are documentaries about this.
Like that Alien Chronicles one?
Yeah, Alien Chronicles and Arctic Worlds Below.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's pretty fascinating how all these different threads.
Right. The Nazis, the aliens, the secret bases,
Yeah.
they all come together
They all intertwine.
to make Antarctica seem like
This hub of mystery.
Right, yeah.
This place where all these crazy things are happening.
It's like a magnet for the strange.
Exactly. And then you have this idea of ancient civilizations existing in Antarctica
Before the ice.
before it was covered in ice.
Right, yeah.
And a lot of people point to the Peary Race map,
The Peary Race map, right?
which some people believe shows,
Antarctica as it was?
yeah, as it was before the ice.
Without the ice.
And then there's this pyramid-shaped mountain.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah, in the Ellsworth Mountains.
It's pretty convincing.
It really does look like a pyramid. And it makes you wonder, like
lost civilizations.
lost civilizations, maybe even Atlantis.
Oh, yeah, the lost city.
Right, could it be down there buried under the ice?
Who knows?
Who knows, right. And it's so interesting how...
We find these, like, geographic features.
Right.
And we try to fit them into these
grand narratives.
Yeah, these grand narratives about the past.
And, you know, the Peary Race map, even though it is fascinating,
Yeah.
there are other explanations for it.
Right. Like scientific?
Yeah, scientifically.
There are ways to explain it?
Right, that don't involve ancient civilizations.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to think about.
Definitely.
And then there are other unusual features in Antarctica.
Right. Like what?
Well, like the massive ice shelves, and those kind of play into
the flat Earth theory.
The flat Earth theory, right?
The ice wall, yeah.
The ice wall, yeah.
Totally.
And then you have these unique ecosystems.
Like those anemones that burrow into the ice.
Yeah, like how do they survive down there?
It's crazy.
And then there's the Wilkes Land gravity anomaly.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
Which is this area with a slightly stronger gravitational pull.
Right, it's weird.
It's weird, right. And then, of course, you have things like
those rectangular shapes on Google Maps.
Yeah, like people see a rectangular shape in the ice.
And they're like, oh my God, it's a structure.
It's got to be aliens, yeah.
Right. It's like, come on.
But, you know, it's...
Understandable, right.
Yeah.
Like we want to believe.
We want to believe.
That there's something more out there.
And it's so easy to take these things out of context.
Right, and interpret them to fit our beliefs.
Exactly.
It's human nature.
So, I mean, as you can see, all of these speculations are really interconnected.
They all tie together somehow.
The ice wall, the flat Earth, the hollow Earth, the Nazis, the UFOs.
It's like a big web of mystery.
Yeah, and often there's this idea of
government cover-ups.
Government cover-ups, right. Like they're hiding all this from us.
Right. They know the truth, but they're not telling us.
Yeah, and it's like, why? What are they so afraid of?
Right. What don't they want us to know?
Exactly.
It's really fascinating.
And, you know, I think at the end of the day,
yeah,
even though these beliefs might not be scientifically proven.
Right. They're not mainstream science.
Let's really tap into this.
This human curiosity.
Yeah, this desire to explore.
And maybe even a distrust of
the official narrative.
Right. Like what we're being told.
What we're told to believe.
Yeah.
And I think that's really powerful.
Definitely.
And it's so interesting to think about why.
Right.
Like, why Antarctica?
Yeah, why this one place?
This one place, this frozen wasteland.
At the bottom of the world.
Yeah. Why does it capture our imagination so much?
Right.
Why does it fuel all these mysteries?
It's a good question.
It really is.
Something to ponder.
Something to ponder, yeah. And that's what we're here for.
That's what we do.
To get you thinking.
You make you wonder.
To make you wonder. So thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.